tell me about. I was just reading this story about Puig. Puig blew off Luis Gonzalez in front of Mark McGuire, and Mark McGuire got all over him about how to treat these former players. What's your thought when you hear something like that? With Puig was in the batting cage, he wouldn't get out of the batting cage. Gonzalez was trying to talk to him about Cuba and about his ancestors and everything, and Puig blew him off completely, acted like he didn't even know who he was.
You know what? I'm learning that the new age players today, and listen, I think Puig is going to be around for a long time, Mike. I think we see, a youngster that has come on the scene and done phenomenal first month. I know you, and I know how you look at these things. And listen, I know you look at it as only 1 month. Let's see what happens in a couple. I think a lot happened so fast for him that it's going to take some time, and it's not his fault. It's not his fault that, LA Nation and how everybody has taken to him, and the success, this early has maybe gotten to his head a little bit. But is it good for the game? Of course it is.
I agree with that. Yeah. When you see it now, to me, it would seem to me that he's going to be an easy guy to figure out from a pitcher standpoint for this reason. He won't walk. Well, if he won't walk, why don't they expand the darn strike zone, make him swing at a bunch of golf? Unless he's a guy like Guerrero who can hit the ball off his shoe tops,
Well, I think baseball will figure it out, and they will exploit that. And if he makes the adjustments on the fly, then he'll be fine. This game will humble you real quickly. I think I don't know if he understands that yet. I think he has the veterans on the team to make him understand that, to at least give him some insight on how this game will do you. So, it's one thing to go out and play the game the way he's playing it. He has the flair. He has the swag. I'm fine with that. It's just when he struggles, I want to see that makeup. I want to see the struggling part. Can he handle that and take his game to another level? That's going to be a make-or-breaker for me.
Good point, yeah, because now it's easy for him. I mean,
right.
When you're hitting 400, anything's easy.
Exactly.
And right now they have two guys in the lineup hitting 400. First time. ESPN had a stat, first time since 1930s that two guys on the same team were hitting 400 after 100 at-bats. So Ramirez is hitting 400, and Puig's hitting 400. So, I mean, I saw Puig play in person already. I went to the game at Yankee Stadium. He is an impressive – he's not as big as they made him out to sound, first of all. But he's sculpted. He's built like a smaller version of Bo Jackson. That's who he reminded me of.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, for me – Mike, I really like his athleticism and what he brings to the park every single day. He wants to make every play. You saw him yesterday in that game in Arizona where he missed that fly ball, which no right fielder gets to, but he got a glove on it, and he pounded the ground like that. He knows he's supposed to make that play. He brings so many different things to your game, and not to your game, but to that team in L.A. He's given them such a lift that not only offensively, but how he's been able to allow the pitchers to get out of jams with making catches, as we saw early in the season, to make plays that you can't teach. He's been able to do that. So I think they found what they're looking for in Puig. Unfortunate for Andre Ethier because now it just seems like he's going to ride the bench. But for that team and where they are, I mean, they needed a spark, and he gave it to them big time.
Take it. And we're talking with Cliff Floyd, MLB Network, and they'll be having tons of coverage, as you would expect, all weekend with the All-Star Game and the Fan Fest and everything next week, wall-to-wall coverage from MLB Network. When you see guys burst on the scene like Puig, or you see a guy do what Chris Davis does, he goes from being a player to being a major force. Mm-hmm. Do the players treat it with as much skepticism as we in the media do, or do you look at it differently than we do? Do you say, wow, can you believe what this guy's doing? Let's see if he can. I mean, do you look at it as skeptical as we do, or do you treat it differently?
100% we do. The same as you look at it and go, this is unbelievable. I know the game is not that easy. I know the game is hard to be consistent. I don't use that word consistent a lot because it's just one of those things that I look at over the course of my year and go, over the course of my career and go, how the heck is it just easy to be consistent? It's not. So when you look at guys like Miguel Cabrera, you go, he's just a freak of nature.
Right, he does it every year. Yeah, it's okay. But how about when Chris Davis comes out of nowhere and is hitting .313 with 33 homers and 85 RBIs?
Right. And then you go with Chris Davis, and I said this yesterday. I said, this guy went out and proved to himself. I don't think he was thinking about anything else but proving to himself. I talked to him, Mike. I had a conversation with Chris Davis, and he basically said he made some minor adjustments to spread out and to trust that he could actually hit a fastball and he could hit the ball to the opposite field. Now, I don't know what that did for his psychic or whatever, but what it did for him was give him the confidence. He worked his butt off to put himself in position. He hit 33 homers last year. I'm not going to question anything else other than the guy worked hard. So, in this day and age when guys are not taking anything because they freaked out about what's going to be, the come with the consequences that come with that, I think Chris Davis, until proving anything else, I'm just going to give it everything that I've seen, that he's worked his butt off to put himself in his position to thrive and be a force in Baltimore.